Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to do this cute and easy blue glam makeup tutorial. Every product that I use will be listed in the description, and everything that I'm using ends up being totally smudge proof and party proof if you're using it on New Year's Eve. Let's begin. So I'm starting with a totally clean base and then moving into my concealer first. I like to start by spot concealing any sort of pimples or bumps that I have on my face before going to just lighting up the areas I want highlighted. I do put this under my foundation. I know some people do it the other way around, but I find that doing it this way fully covers any red spots, and I am having some hormonal breakouts right now. For the light up areas, I'm mainly going directly underneath my eyes to kind of lighten up my dark circles, and then I'm also going to be going up around my forehead and on my chin. This is going to bring light to the center of your face, which you really want if you're out and about, so that way anything shining on you shines right back off. Your next step is going to be to blend everything out, but don't try and blend it so it's totally gone. Remember, the point of this is that your foundation's going over top, so you do want this to be kind of thick to keep everything covered. The color correcting will happen with your foundation. If you can see how I'm doing this here, I'm basically just flattening it so there's no more bumps and blending it in just enough so that way it's not going to smear. And I'm leaving it a bit thicker underneath my eyes than everywhere else because I really need that spot to be lit. For your foundation, I'm going to start by applying it to my hand and then putting it on a brush and dabbing it all over my face. This, like I said, goes directly over top of your concealer, and you want to make sure that you are hitting every single area and not missing any spots. You can also go over your eyelashes and eyebrows because we're just going to be applying product to them later. When you start to actually blend this product in, you want to use little dabbing motions if you're using a brush like I am, but if you're using a beauty blender, you're kind of just going to be doing the same thing, so just tapping it in however you prefer. I use a brush because I think it kind of distributes the product a bit better without soaking it up, and I am going to tap things in a little bit more in a little bit. Also, do not forget your neck and ears, and then like I said, I go back in with my hand to flatten it out after. Your base should look like this. Now, I'm a big fan of super matte products, so I'm using this HD powder from e.l.f. and just caking it on top of my face. It's actually much thinner than it looks, and it does not feel super thick when you're wearing it, but you do want the application to be thick so everything sets in place. I also bake underneath my eyes, around my nose, and in the creases of my mouth, or just anywhere that I think would end up creasing kind of hardcore if I didn't do so. So to bake, just take these big thick layers like I'm doing, and you're just going to let them sit on your face while we move to the next step, which is doing our eyebrows. I just use eyeshadow on my eyebrows, but if you prefer to use a pencil, go ahead and do so. I just think that any sort of pomade or shadow works a little bit better. And because I am a thin brow girl, I like to keep mine as skinny as possible and just add a small little tail onto the ends. I follow my natural shape because I shape them with a little razor outside of my makeup. But if you're not committed to shaving your brows or anything, just leave yours the way you have them. This makeup look will still look just as good. Once you have finished filling everything in, just take your brow gel and go very lightly over top so you don't smear anything. An additional step that I've always done is take my concealer and then outline the entire top and the bottom of the inside part. Doing this is basically going to make sure everything pops and nothing looks super smeared afterwards. This is like a classic 2016 step for your makeup. It's what I grew up doing, but if you don't want to do all this extra stuff, just leave your brows the way they are. I just think doing them this way makes them pop off your face even better. When you're blending everything in here, go very gentle and don't worry too much about it sticking out since you're going to be applying eyeshadow underneath and you're going to do a little bit of blush on top anyways. It'll look pretty natural. And from here, you can dust all of the baking product off your face. Make sure you're not pushing too hard and you're just swiping everything off. I switched to my big brush again here to make sure that I'm very gently just knocking everything up and away. Make sure you're brushing outwards and upwards to keep those lines the way you want them, so everything stays bright and lifted and highlighted. For your next step, you're going to go into your blush. I am using a cream, which I will always recommend. And for this look, we want everything to be really high up on the face. So what we're going to do is take our blush and start right above the kind of apple of your cheek and go up and out to the end of your temple. So basically you're starting in, going all the way out, and then I even take a little bit up to my forehead. I'm not a big fan of bronzer, so I like to do it this way instead. You will then get to move on to your eyeshadow, and what I'm doing for this really light color is starting by applying it with my finger. Doing it this way avoids having tons of fallout all over your face, but also kind of sticks the pigment really strong and intense onto your face. Since we want these colors to pop, we want everything above and below to really stick where we're putting it, so just use your finger for the light shade. To go darker, now that we already have this base set, you can take your brush and pile on your pigment. I use these little dabbing motions and basically just follow the same shape as the light color, leaving only a little bit sticking out to kind of make it glow. You take it about halfway across your lid and make sure that color is really packed into the corner. Be gentle when you're blending it out too, so that way you don't end up with more dark blue than light blue on the outside. Same thing on the underneath part, make sure that you can still see the light blue from underneath. I'm then taking this really dark silvery color and putting it all over the lid to not only darken it, but make it more reflective under the lights. Take a little bit under your eye as well, and this will really make them pop. Your next step is going to be eyeliner in the waterline. I'm taking a black pencil here, but if you have a white or gray, those will both work too. For your liquid liner, use a cat's eye kind of shape here, but go further out than your eyeshadow is. This will make sure that everything is really pointy and almost like the blue eyeshadow is glowing underneath your eyeliner and your lashes later. But very, very gently keep the line super thin and do a small cat eye in the front too. I repeat everything and then do a little beauty mark. That's just my little trademark. From there, I'm going to curl my lashes, and then I forgot to list the mascara in the video, but it is in the description, and I'm going to very thickly apply it on both my top and bottom lashes. You can use falsies if you would like, but I find that they fall off too easily if I'm in public. For your highlighter, you are going to kind of pack it onto the tops of your cheekbones, underneath of your brow bone, and then bridge and button of your nose. The important part here is to use a cool tone. I'm using a purple, but you can get away with a silver or even a pink too. For your lips, I'm going back in with that blush cream here, so that way everything matches, and making sure it's just applied like regular lipstick. If you don't have a cream blush and you use a regular one, just apply the closest shade you can. On top of that, I'll be putting my lip gloss, which I'm just packing on the top and bottom, and then smushing my lips together to blend it all around. Now for the super fun part, I'm taking these gemstones that I bought at Walmart, and I'm just sticking them directly underneath my eyes, and even making a fake little brow piercing up here. I decided to stack them to have 2 in each spots, and they really catch the light this way. But you of course can put as many as you want. Thank you so much everyone for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed, and please leave a like and subscribe if you did, and come back here next Sunday for another video at 1 p.m. My socials are all listed up on the left, Instagram, Depop, and TikTok, where you can buy anything that I've made, request things, or even ask for help. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye!